the build-up show for the India versus Afghanistan contest. What an incredible win it was on Sunday as Rohit Sharma's men, led by Virat Kohli and of course KL Rahul with the bat, after our spinners did the job with the ball to set up that incredible win. Today, in our studio, we've got a packed house. Acho Mukhopadhyay, our usual guest, Joydeep Mukherjee, our usual guest, our expert, Gargi Rao joins us from today. She's come to Kolkata, will be in our studio. You will see her frequently on Red Sports starting today. We've got our correspondents in Delhi, in Shubham Chakraborty and Devashish Sen. Plenty of action. Let's take quick comments to start with Joydeep Das. Set it up. India v Afghanistan. You don't take Rashid Khan's team lightly.
No, you don't, and especially with the sort of game that they had. Listen, this World Cup is not going to be won today or lost today, but you can fall behind. That's what you can do in this tournament. But after that win, they'll get a lot of faith in their abilities, because when things didn't go well for India, they bailed themselves out. And these are sort of matches which gives you more confidence than the 350 ones and you win by 100 runs. These are the sort of matches where you're up against it. But having said that, Rashid Khan more of a threat in T20 cricket than in one-day cricket. His numbers will tell you that. Same with the Sunil Narine. If you're trying to play Rashid Khan for 6 runs and over, 5 runs and over, not a problem. That in one-day cricket is a problem. 10-60 is a problem if you're the number one bowler. If you want to play Rashid Khan for 10 or 12 and over, that's when they become lethal. Sunil Narine, not that successful in test matches, not in one-days, but lethal in T20.
For Afghanistan, before I come to Gargi, for Afghanistan, they made quite a statement actually. I mean, for them, this World Cup is massive. All of a sudden, if their sort of graph goes downhill, it will look really bad for their cricket. And given what is happening, the earthquake and all of it, they will want a spirited performance from the team.
That they do. I mean, they do come up with spirited performances from time to time. They're a fighting side. I mean, there is a lot of character in what they do. And they don't talk a lot, but their actions show that they are capable, evil men. Having said that, I think bowling-wise, as you said, that spin bowling is their strength and all that. But batting is something that they have a lot of catching up to do. We have seen that in international cricket on the big stage, World Cup and our big matches, their batting doesn't really come together. I mean, there is one odd good performance, but consistently that is something they'll have to get better at.
Okay, just to add to that, how many of their batters play World T20 leagues? It's the bowlers. So that's what he's trying to say.
Good point. Good point. Mujibur Rahman, Rashid Khan, all of them. But you know, Gavi, sport is not simply about stats or winning or losing. The fact that they're there, look where they're coming from, look at the kind of story that they are, that's what makes Afghanistan great.
Yeah, I mean, Afghanistan is a very determined team for what it is. But when we look at their skills, I don't think Afghanistan really stands a challenge to India right now, but it is their will that will take them towards, across the line if it comes to it. But India is heading in with incredible momentum at the moment. The last win, that was incredible. And when you win from when you're stuck in a rut, I think that's what gives you really that momentum, and that's what gives you faith in your team. So I think it's going to be a very good challenge for Afghanistan.
Well, she makes a great point. It's about the skill. And if Afghanistan played 100% and India played 100%, no contest.
Yeah.
If Afghanistan played 100%, India plays 60% contest, 70% contest. You never know who played how much.
Okay.
But as far as the skill set is concerned, they are behind. No two opinions about that.
Okay. So let's get this. I mean, Gargi used the word came out of the rut and you went on to win the game. The captain, in an interview to me, had mentioned 10 for 3. And it exactly went to script. 10 for 3 before Virat Kohli and KL Rahul bailed them out. Let's get that Rohit Sharma bite for you. What did he say? 10 for 3 before we cut to the stadium and build up with our 3 guests.
We have to prepare when the team is 10 for 3. And that is how I want to move forward and get the message across to the boys that guys who are batting at 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, there's nowhere written that if you are 10 for 2 or 3, you can't get 180 or you can't get 190 or maybe more. Giving you an example. So I want to prepare. I want the guys to prepare in that fashion.
So there you go. The captain saying exactly that 2 years back. I mean, that's sport, isn't it? I mean, it's unreal what happens. But before I take comments again from my guests, let's cut to the stadium. What exactly is going on? How is Delhi shaping up for this encounter between India and Afghanistan at the Arun Arun Jaitley Stadium. Take a listen, take a look rather, what our correspondents have filed from Delhi.
भाई आगे से तो अभी हम लोग सुधीर जी से पूछेंगे। सुधीर जी, दिल्ली में मैच है, विराट कोहली का होम टाउन है, क्या लग रहा है? तो मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है जिस प्रकार टीम इंडिया सेंचुरी परफॉर्मेंस है, तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि उनकी सेंचुरी तो मोस्ट वेलकम है, क्योंकि उनकी होम टाउन है और सेंचुरी मारेगा। लेकिन अगर टीम इंडिया की पहले बैटिंग आती है तो मैं देख रहा हूँ कि कल की भी श्रीलंका वालों ने 346 बना के भी पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट घुटने टेक दिए। तो मैं नहीं चाहता हूँ अगर पहले बैटिंग आए तो 400 के करीब जाए, जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ सेकेंड वनडे में किए। तो हम पूरी टीम इंडिया से उम्मीद करते हैं कि ये मैच जीतकर श्रृंखला में सबसे टॉप पे रहे और वर्ल्ड कप 2011 की जीत टीम इंडिया करे रिपीट। अभी हम लोग ज्यादा लंबा इस चैट को खींच नहीं पाएंगे। सुधीर जी, आगाज कर दो। ये संग नहीं, ये है जंगे ऐलान, टीम इंडिया सबसे महान।
So that's it. It's getting ready at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. We will keep cutting back to Delhi, but before that, let's take quick comments. One point that India will want to sort is the top order. Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Shreyas Iyer did not get runs. Focus, Ishan Kishan. Our correspondents covered the practice and said a lot of time was spent with Ishan Kishan. The coach spent a lot of time. At your first thoughts, Ishan Kishan.
Well, Ishan Kishan came to the World Cup with a lot of runs under his belt. I mean, in the last few matches, he did not. If you look at the last 4 or 5 matches before the World Cup, he didn't get a lot of runs. But before that, he scored runs, a bucket full of runs. His place in this squad, we have to remember that. Suddenly, there's a lot of pressure, you can say, on him because in a big match, he didn't play. The manner he got out didn't look good. And he will be tested, no doubt. I mean, Afghanistan, they have a very decent bowling attack. Pakistan, we all know, so he will be tested. I mean,
there's some breaking news, and that's because our China returned head producer is back in the studio. That's why we were all kicking. But
yeah, that's what. Ishan Kishan will be under a bit of pressure, but he has it in him to come out of it and to deal with it. I mean,
Shreyas Iyer?
Shreyas Iyer, I think, has looked good for me. Even in the Asia Cup as well, the few matches that he played, he looked good form-wise. He did not score many runs, but I think at this point, when we talk about Shreyas Iyer, it has to be about responsibility. Because the shot that he played in the last game was completely irresponsible. We don't need that from Shreyas Iyer. He's our number 4 batter. We kind of, a number 4 batter in ODI is so important. We need him to kind of lay that foundation and take us through. So I need that from Shreyas Iyer.
Excellent point, especially with you just chasing 200.
Yeah.
I can understand you chasing 300. Even Ishan Kishan and Shreyas Iyer will learn that when you chase 200 against a quality attack and they're coming, they also know they have to get wickets to get back into the game. That's when you don't throw it away. That shot from Ishan Kishan, he will learn. All these players have learned. The Virat Kohlis have learned, but they have the Tendulkars and the Sehwags and the Rainas and the Yuvrajs to look after them then. They will also learn. But I'm so glad that KL Rahul is batting in the middle. Can you imagine KL Rahul and Rohit batting at the top, and in the middle order is Shreyas Iyer and Ishan Kishan? Not experienced, not enough depth, not enough miles behind them. So this is piling out really good.
Again, Gargi used the word responsibility for Shreyas Iyer, the man who does not need to be told and showed enormous responsibility to guide the Indian run chase. Our best, the world's best, Virat Kohli. A lot of former legends spoke to us, a series of captains spoke to us about Virat Kohli. Let Shopnil put it out for you. Take a listen how the world looks at VK.
I think he's going to be a massive player for India in this World Cup and probably the most experienced apart from Rohit. I think Virat is the only one who's been in that team from 2011, if I'm not mistaken. So, he's gone through that cycle and you would have seen what Sachin had to go through during that period, and he would have learned from that. And I think he'll be just like Rohit. I think, they're very mature cricketers and they will take it in the right spirit and play and enjoy. I mean, the whole point of World Cups and these big tournaments are that you need to enjoy the tournaments. I mean, if you don't enjoy it, it becomes a bit of a burden. It doesn't matter your performances as long as you're enjoying those tournaments and the challenges. I think that's where your best will come out, and it's simple as that.
विराट, मैं एक ही छोटी सी बात बोलूंगा अबाउट विराट. विराट, ही इज लाइक अ 4 व्हील कार. आप उसे किसी भी सिचुएशन में डालो, किसी भी हर्डल से गुजारो, ही इज देयर एंड ही इज द मैन एंड ही इज डन दैट so many times. I guess words are not enough to praise what he's done or he's doing. But I would love when he comes to bat, and I guess when he comes to bat, it's such a treat to watch how he plays and takes the game down regardless of the situation. So I guess it's blessings that we have a player like Virat Kohli who we could see and talk about him. I guess his self-belief is on the next level. I'm sure he also goes through a lot of pressure, but his self-belief, and he knows his game, and he stick to that. He always takes, if he's playing an ODI, he takes his 10-15 balls, gets used to of the conditions, and then he plays accordingly, regardless of the situation. So I guess after he played those games, then he takes his game to a next level, then next level. And the best part he has, that he knows how to finish the game. That is very, very important. And he comes and bats at number 3, the most important number in any format, number 3. And I guess when you have a player like him in your team, then it's very rare that as a team you could go wrong. And he's like so fit.
Yeah.
And I guess, and because he knows that he has to run as well, so he's making sure that he trains hard, stays fit, and everything is going in his favor. And his main goal is cricket. So your main goal as an athlete has to be your profession.
So, couple of captains there on Virat Kohli. We will get to know. There was a bit of an editing issue there which Chapni will rectify, but we will get more captains speaking about Virat Kohli as our show progresses. Let's come back to the studio. Virat Kohli, I mean, you can't just not talk about it. But, you know, Joydeep, what is very important, look at 2011. Virat Kohli got 100 in the first game. I was there in Bangladesh. But you had a Sehwag, you had a Garu, you had a Sachin, you had a Dhoni, you had a Yuvraj. This one is about Virat Kohli, is about Rohit Sharma.
He is the Sachin.
Exactly. So that's what is the transformation. Right? Talk to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he knows that he will never get this opportunity again to play a World Cup at home, a 50th World Cup. So I don't think he's at the stage of his career where Sachin was in 2011. Probably Sachin was further up. But this is a great opportunity, and I really feel that he also knows there are probably one or two teams that India need to beat at the top to win the trophy. I think there are more teams that could win 2011. A lot of teams give India trouble. Here, Australia not its strongest. South Africa is always a bit ahead unless they win. I think New Zealand and England are two of the biggest competitors as far as I'm concerned for India.
After?
Yeah, Virat looks very motivated. I mean, if you ask me what was about the first match, the first thing that stuck out to me was his level of determination. He wanted to just get India out of trouble and take India home, no matter how it looked. I mean, it looked ugly. It looked it's not flamboyant and all that. That didn't matter. And that's a bad sign, I would say, for the opposition teams, because this man, when he is determined, he can do a lot of things. And just they were in the innings of 85, there were 61 singles in that heat of Chennai. I mean, they were out fielding for 4 hours. India took 4 hours that day to bowl 50 overs. And after that, he came back to bat in the first over, second over, say almost till the end. So this is a very determined Virat Kohli, I think, and we'll see more of him.
There's a BCCI interview, KL and Virat, where this point was actually spoken. KL said we are both very fatigued, and we spoke to each other saying, let's not run the ones, let's not run the twos rather, because it's so sapping.
They ran a 3.
They ran a 3. But this is what it is. I mean, the man takes a catch, tumbling catch, and then sprints like that. What does that tell you? And what inspiration does it lead for the others?
When you talk about inspiration, Virat Kohli is the only reason why I started playing cricket.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I was 14 or 15, but looking at Virat Kohli's transformation, I started waking up at 5 o'clock, I started going for runs, and that's how I started playing cricket. So I think he still has that effect. When we talk about Virat Kohli, he is still a mega star in India, but when it comes to it, he has a very positive impact on the youth as well. And when we talk about Virat Kohli's game, is he the same batter that he was in 2016? Maybe not, but is he any less effective? No.
Yeah, I think I have never seen Virat Kohli not motivated. I've seen him play the PS with his friend, and he looks as motivated as in the field. He's that sort of person. That's what gets him going. And I've known him from day one. I knew him when he played under in India. I saw him play for Delhi before he played for India. This is the cloth he's cut from. So there's little opinions about that. And I also feel, now he knows that he has responsibility. He said, I was batting like I would bat in a test match. Now, how many people would say I wouldn't bat in a test match in a 50-over game? That is what Ishan Kishan will learn. That is what Shreyas Iyer will learn. That the best player in the team and in the world is saying you're batting like a test match. And you bat for a test match for 10 overs. Then you go back to one-day cricket. But you bail yourself out of trouble. You see off the rough time. Okay, outstanding player.
12 minutes to toss. Our team is standing out there in the heat in front of the Arun Jaitley Stadium, and they've put together this conversation with fans, which you will see what is going on almost live. We are streaming it to you, this conversation, from outside the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Shubhayan and Devashish bring this for you. Take a listen. So there's plenty to talk about there. There might have been an audio issue there at the end of it. We'll try and rectify that. These are issues that you will always face when you're doing lives with choppy internet from outside stadiums. These are par for the course. Let's come to the birthday boy. We will have to set up the birthday boy. Did not go too well with the ball, but Hardik Pandya will be key to India's World Cup prospects. You go first.
Yeah, I think Hardik Pandya right now is a dangerous player because he's been doing so well with the ball, and that's what we needed from Hardik Pandya. Of course, in the middle, for a few months, Hardik Pandya was not really performing with the bat as well. He was taking the games too deep. He was, playing too slow. But what we needed from Hardik Pandya was the way that he first started playing when he came into the Indian team. He was batting with so much aggression, and that's what we need from a number 7, number 8, right? Number 6.
Yeah.
Number 6. That's the kind of game that we need from Hardik Pandya, and it's good to see that he's just as penetrative with the ball as he is with the bat.
See, after coming back from his injury, I mean, to see Hardik clocking 140 was the best thing for him. And having monitored him during his injury, he and I would chat at 5:30 in the morning, and he would go and train every single day. We would have chat every single day. One would speak and try and sort of push the man and all of that. And I know how much he worked for it. To see him successful is brilliant.
I was there in Bangalore for the Dilip Trophy final and I saw him training. He was training like a madman. He was running in the morning, he was taking a break, he was bowling in the nets, he was going back to the net, he was coming again batting and bowling in the afternoon with the under-19 India boys. So I really saw him absolutely like a man possessed. I think he is the key to India doing well. He's the sixth bowler, he bowls well, there's no pressure on the other bowler. If somebody is having an off day, if somebody who's got the ball not coming right out of the hand, he can bail them out. He has a good time with the ball. I think he's too tricky to play 5 bowlers in such batting-friendly conditions. Somebody's bound to go for a few. So he's a fallback. Now the fallback becomes one of your premier bowlers. You're sailing. You could have sometimes Bumrah bowl 6 and not need him because Hardik has bowled is 10, 37, 2 and gone. So that, and with the bat, I think it's phenomenal. I think if he has a good World Cup, India will be up there.
Yeah, he is the cutting edge that any team will die to have. He adds, he 2 pairs in one, as Joydeep said, and as Darby said, that his bowling was not up to the mark very while back. It took some time after he came back from injury, and that's what India did not have. Last time we had Hardik in the World Cup in 2019, he was not in the best shape as a bowler. So that's what India missed. But now, he's, as Joydeep said, no team has no team has a better 6th bowler. Your 6th bowler is as good as 5th.
He had an injury in the last game, the finger injury.
Yeah.
You reckon he good?
Yeah, I think so. He's a tough cookie. But India will also monitor, like I said, you're not going to win the World Cup or lose the World Cup today. So going forward, extent of the injury, will it get worse by bowling? Is it a one where the ball brushes to the finger and goes? Then maybe not. If it's in a place where it doesn't, so they'll take a call. They won't hurry him up. And like I said, the liberty is that he's the 6th bowler.
Okay, so it's 2 minutes to toss. Birthday boy Hardik Pandya is the one we are talking about. Hardik Pandya had spoken to us some time back and had spoken about how important the World Cup is and how desperate he is to win a World Cup. Take a listen.
The World Cup is coming and I genuinely want to rush anything and make sure that I am at my peak when the World Cup comes, because for me, yes, I have said multiple times and I'll always say, winning the World Cup will be the most important thing of my life. So my plan, my preparation is all for the World Cup. It's all for the Indian team, and once I get that, I'm quite a happy guy. So I know a lot of people will be happy, but I'll cherish that moment a lot.
3, 2, 1 screen. Okay, so 1 minute to toss. We will come back, but when you come into a ground where you've seen 330 plus, 40 plus getting scored, 400 scored, what do you do with the toss? We were sort of that day in Delhi. Any total could have been chased. You go first before I go to.
Yeah, I think India would want to bat first because they had an okay day with the bat. Two season campaigners bailed them out. Bat free, put runs on the board, not that much of pressure knowing that it's Afghanistan. Get your batters into form.
No, I think India should go chase because it is a chasing team. It chases well, and also I think it does ease out a bit under light. So I think India should go with bowling first.
Bowling first?
Yeah.
I think I will go with Joydeep, bat first in this match. Give your batters a go.
Okay.
Because you could bowl out Afghanistan for 174. Then again, your 5-6-7 doesn't bat if India has a good day. So I agree with normal 2 even teams play, I would go with her. But because it's Afghanistan, you go bat first, have a nice long net, a match simulation.
Okay, our correspondents at the ground telling us Shardul Thakur marking his run-up is what we are being told. There's Joydeep Da talking about it. He had mentioned that in his piece yesterday, which you can go and read on the Red Sports website. By the way, please also consume our written content, because we can tell you it's some of the best written content on the sport, not simply cricket, but during the Asian Games from across the world on Olympic sport and cricket. So consume that if you're a sports fan. Toss time. We will tell you what exactly happens with the toss in a moment. But let's also spice it up a little bit. Gandhi, you go. Virat Kohli versus Naveen ul Haq has been the talk. Go for it.
Naveen ul Haq is going to have a nightmare. And the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Because Naveen ul Haq is in Virat Kohli's backyard. The fans are going to go all out.
Yeah, the good thing about the bowlers is it's for them, they can be at you. For the batters, it's a one-ball game. So, in such circumstances, the batter has everything to lose, because, you hit him for 4 fours, you get him out after that, he said, I got your wicket. But never talk about the 4 fours I got off you.
But the point she made is a good one. I mean, the fans, if he feels wherever he feels,
they'll be on him. They'll be on him.
That's it.
He'll be the infield, I'm sure. Skipper will say, come to the 30-yard circle. I know you're taking a bit of a badgering over there.
It's great for the game. It's great to see that somebody from a team like Afghanistan looking Virat Kohli in the eye and giving him a mouthful. It's great to see.
And I would also be interested in seeing what Naveen ul Haq does with Gautam Gambhir in commentary. Because will he go up and have a chat with Gautam? Because Gautam was the one who stood up for Naveen ul Haq. And by the way, it's toss time. We will immediately get you the toss update the moment the toss is done, with the 2 captains out there. So the toss, and we will know whether it's India or Afghanistan that bats first. The toss, and I think it's
Afghanistan has won.
Afghanistan, which has won the toss. Let's tell you what they are doing. They are batting first, Afghanistan. So that's the update that we get from the middle. Afghanistan has won the toss, and Hashmatullah Shahidi, one of their veterans who've been there as a pillar of that batting lineup, has decided to bat first. Jaydeep, you go first before I go.
Yeah, they are doing what India is doing also. They want to put runs on the board. I think it's a really good wicket to bat on. Once you put runs on the board, India at home under pressure, if you get them at 20 for 2, you could get them into trouble. I think it's a very positive step from them. They said, I'll take your fast bowlers on. There's a bit of green tinge on the pitch, no problem. I'll take your Bumrah, Shami, Siraj, whoever you're playing. We don't fear you. This is a bold move and I like it.
Yeah, I think it's a gutsy move from Afghanistan because their batters are not doing too well. But when we talk about the Indian bowling lineup, it's incredible.
Afghanistan's team.
Okay, and we're just being told that it's the same team that they're fielding Afghanistan. You go on with the point that you were making?
Yeah, I think it's a gutsy move from Afghanistan. But again, I think India will take on the challenge. It's not even a challenge, I believe.
Yeah, they are playing to their strength, which is bowling. They know that chasing for them against this Indian attack will be difficult, so they are stuck to their guns.
Fair enough. So Afghanistan winning the toss and deciding to bat is the update from the middle at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Our experts and our team says it's a gutsy move, it's a bold move from Hashmatullah Shahidi. Arthur just made the point about the fact that Afghanistan know that their strength is bowling, so they're doing that. And who is that strength? It is Rashid Khan, right? It is Rashid Khan, led by Rashid Khan. There is Naveen ul Haq, hopefully, and the same team. So Mujibur Rahman, that's their strength. But Rashid Khan had spoken to us about bowling to Virat Kohli, about how he bowls to the greatest batsman on the planet. Here's Rashid Khan speaking to us on Virat Kohli.
कभी भी माइंड में नहीं लाता कि उसको आउट करूं। मैं यही सोचता हूं कि उसके साथ एक अच्छा कंपटीशन हो जाए, वो कोशिश करे मुझे चौके मारे, मैं कोशिश करूं उसको जो है ना बीट करूं, एज लग जाए, पैड पे लग जाए, मैं इस चीज पे ज्यादा फोकस करता हूं। तो यही एक कंपटीशन होता है जो मुझे ज्यादा पसंद है। मैं जब भी उसके अगेंस्ट बॉलिंग करता हूं मुझे बहुत वो एनर्जी मिलती है कि यार अभी ठीक है। वो एक ऐसा प्लेयर है कि आप जब उसको बॉलिंग में डालता हो तो मैं सोचता हूँ कि भाई अगर मैंने इसको लूज बॉल दी तो चौका है, क्योंकि ये एक गैप में मारेगा, एक ऐसा प्लेयर है कि गैप में मारेगा, आपको मौका नहीं देगा। अगर दूसरा एक बैट्समैन है कि हार्ड हिटर है, अगर उसको लूज बॉल मिले तो वो कोशिश करे कि छक्का मारे, तो उसमें फिर वो आउट भी हो सकता है। ये एक ऐसा प्लेयर है कि अगर आप लूज बॉल करोगे तो ये गैप में मारेगा, अगर अच्छा बॉल करोगे तो भी गैप में मारेगा, एक लेगा या दो लेगा आपसे। तो ये एक ऐसी कंपटीशन होती है कि मुझे बहुत ज्यादा एक्साइटमेंट होती है कि यार मैं जब उसको बॉलिंग डालता हूँ तो मेरा फोकस लेवल जो है ना 100 से 200 हो जाता है कि यार अभी इस बंदे को जो है ना 0% लूज बॉल, अगर इसको तोड़ा भी दिया तो ये इतना स्मार्ट है, इतना क्विक है कि बॉल को पिक करता है और गैप में मारता है। ये बड़ी चीज उसकी है कि वो गैप में मारता है, फिर आपको जो है ना बहुत सी चीजें सोचनी पड़ती है। तो इस तरह बैट्समैन को मजा आता है, प्रेशर होता है, प्रेशर में आप बॉलिंग डालते हो, फिर आपके नर्व्स भी टेस्ट होते हैं। तो मैं काफी ज्यादा एंजॉय करता हूँ, और जब आप ज्यादा फोकस होते हो इस तरह बैट्समैन को तो फिर डेफिनेटली आपको विकेट भी उस टाइम मिल जाती है, अगर आप ज्यादा मतलब कंसिस्टेंट रहो, काम रहो, कूल रहो और अपनी जगह पे बॉलिंग।
Rohit Sharma back. Rohit Sharma also saying that he would have chased. So it actually works out quite well. Afghanistan wanting to bat, India wanting to chase. So everything falls in place. But the big news, Shardul Thakur comes in for Ravichandran Ashwin. And that is the news that we are getting from the center. The Afghanistan team once again, Rahmanullah Gurbaz, Ibrahim Rahmat, Hashmatullah Shahidi, Mohammad Nabi, Najibullah Zadran, Azmatullah Rashid, Mujib, Naveen and Fazal Haq. Because again, if you look at this side, Nabi, enormous experience, Shahidi, enormous experience, Mujib, a lot of experience, Rashid, a lot of experience. So while we talk about Afghanistan as a relative minnow, some of these players have been playing international cricket for close to a decade, if not more. But coming to Rohit Sharma, Shardul Thakur, you make that point, you go first.
Yeah, I know he takes a lot of flack because he's not a finished product yet, like Hardik Pandya is. But at the end of the day, at number 8, you cannot play Kuldeep, and 9, 10, 11 cannot be your 3 fast bowlers, because in 2011, when we won the World Cup, there were many games where 7 and 8 and 9 bailed you out. But those men were Harbhajan Singh, who's got test match hundreds, Ashwin, who's got test match hundreds, and Zaid kind of can hold his own with the bat. We don't have that now. So you cannot, I mean, in a 50 over game, number 8 has to be able to contribute. And my fear is when you need 38 of 28 balls, with Virat Kohli batting on 126 first ball, searing Yorker. Now the other guy is on strike, he should be able to take a single and give it back to Virat for Virat to win the game. Otherwise, 28 ball 38, 4 dot balls becomes a 22 ball 38. Then Virat feels the pressure.
Shardul Thakur.
Yeah, I'm all for having Shardul Thakur in my team if the deck looks like what it's looking like in Delhi today. Because Shardul, I agree with Jaideep that Shardul Thakur, has the ability to get you runs at number 8, and but more so, he has the ability to take unthinkable wickets out of nowhere in the worst ball possible.
Absolutely, and he's also with Hardik, the 6th bowler. I mean, Hardik does the job, he bowls 4 overs, Hardik bowls 6. So he doesn't have to bowl instead. That's the biggest plus point for him.
Is this something that people are not taking into account? The moment Shardul comes in, we're like, he has to bowl 10. But the point that Joydeep just made, that between Hardik and Shardul, you're going to split it up. So it's not as if he's going to bowl 10.
I think he becomes your 6th bowler. Hardik becomes your 5th bowler and Shardul becomes your 6th bowler. And the composition of the team is such that you have to have either Shardul or Ashwin at number 8. There are no 3 ways about it. So depending on the surface, Chennai there was slow wicket, there was a bit for the spinners, so Ashwin was the choice. Here it's slightly different. So it has to be Shardul. And like Jaideep said, that have to keep him match ready. Not because Ashwin is your best option for that slot. You have to keep Shardul ready. So there you go.
2 things. Going forward, there are many grounds where you can't play 3 spinners, even ones for sure. Okay? With the weather also, Dharamshala, Mumbai. Second thing is that you got to realize that these 2 bowlers, they are different, and also you don't have to bowl them. You bowl them if you want to. And good captains will use Shardul. Okay, they are 60 for 1, 60 for 2, he comes and bowls 2 overs. Okay, so he's now bowling to the newer batters. He's not bowling under the gun. So that's how you can protect somebody who's taking a bit of fire with the ball. Once he holds his own, he takes a couple of wickets, then you give him a longish spell.
Two other points that I want to go to. I mean, you're seeing fan visuals from the ground. Shopil, can you please play them? Because a couple of hours before the match started, our correspondents were there from around 11 and you could see these scenes. Because that's what it is all about. You wanted the World Cup to see these scenes because ultimately, I mean, there's the Indian team arrival on screen there. People running after the Indian bus. That's the kind of madness you want to see for World Cup is on. You did not see that for the first couple of days and there was a lot of talk, but then it's all about nationalism. It is all about fandom. Talk to me about fandom. I mean, this is what you want to see across the country.
Yeah, of course. I mean, ever since it was announced that the World Cup would be in India, the fans have been buzzed with energy, and it's sort of electrifying here at, not here, not in Delhi. It's electrifying in Delhi because the Firoz Shah Kotla, the Arun Jaitley Stadium got a new, a facelift, and fans are very excited about that.
Okay, fans?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's amazing to play a World Cup at home, and that's the opportunity these guys don't want to let go, especially the ones who are at the fag end of their careers. They will definitely not play another 50-over World Cup in India because that's not happening for a while. So the Rohit Sharmas, the Virat Kohli, the Shamis, maybe even the Bumrahs, the Jadeja, they're all 33, 34, 35. They might be 41 by the time the next World Cup comes here. So you don't want to let this opportunity go, and the fans make a huge difference.
Achha?
Yeah, India matches will obviously get a lot of people, but what I liked was the crowd at Hyderabad last night, so the Pakistan-Sri Lanka match. So that was a match where, I mean, there was no craze about it, okay? I mean, it was not electrifying. But just to see so many people at the ground cheering for both sides, that was very heartening. I mean, after the beginning, which was quite low-key, I think slowly things will build up.
And they got the best game.
Yeah, they got the best game, yes.
Correct. 340 gets chased down. 26,000 people for a non-India game, as Athro just said. Think about it, no England ground has more than 20,000 capacity. 26,000 people, packed, Lords overflowing, Trent Bridge overflowing. You would have 15, 20,000, except Australia. Sydney 40,000, Melbourne 100,000. I mean, not even, Melbourne 100,000 now. So except these two grounds, which other ground will have 26,000 and look half full? So that's the kind of craze that we have in India. Shopnil tells me that our fan conversation is also ready. Can we have a little bit of that? We will have that in a moment. But one very important point. You guys mentioned Pakistan. We are going to play Pakistan on Saturday. Rizwan, does that worry you a bit that we were all taking Pakistan out? Oh no, they are not a team now. 340 chase. We'll give them a lift.
No, it does worry me always because they're the sort of team on their day they can beat anybody, but they don't have a lot of those days when it matters. I'm a huge fan of Pakistan player. I think the sort of talent that they have is unbelievable. I was talking to some players who I meet in the IPL and they say we played PSL for the last 5 years and every team has got 4 bowlers who are bowling close to 90. Net bowlers bowl 85. We see the batting that comes. We see the spinners that come. They just can't get it together. The consistency, they'll miss catches, they'll miss runouts. The out rate is not great. If they get a good system in place, they will be.
No, if they have a system in place, they will go. so that's the whole beauty of Pakistan. They're all about jugaad. But on Friday, one day before India-Pakistan, we will have a special India-Pak conclave, which we are working out with several cricketers joining in. So watch out for that. But for the moment, let me ask Akhtar and Gargi. India-Pakistan. Ultimately, it's about this particular match.
Yeah, I mean, this is the rivalry, isn't it? It's the El Clasico of cricket.
Absolutely.
El Clasico will borrow from this one.
Yeah, El Clasico of cricket. But I think this is one of the most high-octane events when it comes to cricket because there's no bilaterals. There's such a scarcity of India versus Pakistan matches, and that makes it that much more exciting.
This is what Ian Bishop said, that because you guys don't play with each other, when it ultimately happens, it sort of brings the world together, the eyeballs together.
Which is not the case in the Ashes.
Which is not the case, because they keep playing every year.
Yeah, it's become exclusive. I mean, exclusive by India-Pakistan matches only in ICC events. Yeah, that's what this match gets you the eyeballs, gets your finances going. All that is there, but it's there. It's only one match. I mean, in a group stage, you are playing 9 matches, so it's one match. Where there's a lot of emotions attached with it. We all understand why that is so. But end of the day, it's 1 out of 9. So
And I want India to play some tough matches going into the semis. I don't want India to just breeze through, have a cakewalk, because the semis and the final will be no cakewalk. We saw in 2011, there were tied games, India lost a game. So, you want a tough ride into the playoffs so that, you are under the gun ready to fire.
Okay. Our data analyst, Snehashish, has given us a lot of data to munch and crunch and talk about. Joydeep, Gargi and Aktrio, all of them have the data in their mobile phones, and that's the best thing about technology, isn't it? You've got all of that, and Shopnil will load that on screen. I will get each one of them to talk about maybe one particular stat. Can we have the data on screen? That's the first one. Afghanistan spinners. Joydeep, if you can sort of take this, do you have it on your phone?
I'm just trying to get it.
Okay, as long as Joydeep gets it, we've got Afghanistan spinners. It's in our writing group, Joydeep. If you load that data, the idea is to set it up. So Afghanistan spinners versus, have you got it?
Yeah, I'm just
okay, super.
Yeah.
So Afghanistan spinners against the India batters. That's what you have on screen at this point in time. We will get Joydeep to talk about it. Have you got it on your phone?
Yeah,
go for it.
I do. So we're looking at this graphic and we're seeing that clearly Mohammad Nabi has been the most penetrative when it comes to Afghanistan spinners against Indian batters. We're looking at it. He's got 5 wickets in 3 matches, which is a big number, by the way. On number 2 is Rashid Khan, the man of the hour. He has 2 matches and 3 wickets in them. Mujibur Rahman has played 2 matches against India and has 1 wicket.
Yeah, this is a great start, but it doesn't mean that Rashid Khan has bowled any worse than Mohammad Nabi.
Is it telling you that India plays him out?
Yeah, then you got the words out of your mouth. So any time you see the main bowler getting less wickets, going for less runs, less risks taken against him, less chances taken, it's always because you don't want to give him wickets. And I want to come back to a game. I was in the KKR Tower in 2018 at the halfway stage, the playoff game, the eliminator. We were chasing 160, we were 80 for no loss, and we needed 10 overs 80 to get into the IPL, the next round, which is the one you play just before you get to the final. And Jack Callis at the break said that all I want you to not give Rashid Khan any wickets, we win this game. We play Rashid Khan for 4 overs, 4 runs, we still win this game. We played Rashid Khan for 4 overs, 23, and gave him 4 wickets, and we lost the game. So that's the sort of planning you have to do. You don't take chances against them, and then somebody else benefits from it. Now, what is interesting to see along with this is also what was the economy of Rashid Khan and what was the economy of Nabi's, because that will give us a picture whether more risks are taken against.
Let's take the next graph. If you can give us the next set of data, and then Atsu can take it.
Yeah, actually, he has given the economy rate as well, and all 3 of them, their economy rates are below 4. Having said that, I think this is too small a sample size to come to a conclusion. I mean, who has been penetrative, who has not been penetrative, it's difficult to decipher from that. But as Joydeep said, that it's evident from the stats that Indians have been careful against Rashid Khan, and that's what you can afford to be in a 50-over game, where there are others you can work around.
Liberties,
So it is different. I mean, in T20s you have to have. You are looking to hit every ball, which is not the case over here.
And when I say careful, 5 runs ago is careful.
As in not 7, 8, whatever. Yeah. Okay, that's modern 50-over cricket for you. That's the next set of data. Kargi, why don't you take that before Jyotita takes this thing? Virat Kohli, interesting stats. You can take it from here.
Okay, we have some interesting stats over here, and Virat Kohli has an average of 67 against Afghanistani ODIs. Rashid Khan has never dismissed Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in ODIs, and Mohammad Nabi has dismissed KL Rahul and Virat Kohli once in ODIs.
Yeah, I mean, this man averages 50 something in one-day cricket, so 67 against Afghanistan doesn't. Yeah, it's close. Yeah, I think Rashid Khan has never dismissed because I think in T20 when you want to get 10, 12 and over, then he becomes dangerous. When you give him a 5, 6 and milk him around. He's not that much of a danger.
He actually spoke to us about this. I mean, we'll get you that bite at some point in time. But Rashid Khan also spoke to us about birthday boy Hardik Pandya. Rashid and Hardik Pandya play for the same IPL team. They're really good friends. Can we have that bite, please? Rashid Khan on Hardik Pandya. Your thoughts on Hardik as captain, और थोड़ा सा हार्दिक के बारे में बताओ.
बेहतरीन इंसान है। अनलकीली हम साथ में बिल्कुल खेले नहीं, पहले ही मौका है कि हम साथ में खेलेंगे, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी जो दोस्ती रही है, जो फ्रेंडशिप रही है, ऐसा ही लगता है कि हम सालों साल एक साथ ही खेले हैं और इकट्ठे खेले हैं। तो ही इज द ग्रेट गाय। हमेशा उसने जो है ना पॉजिटिव एनर्जी दी है मुझे, जब भी मैं उसके साथ मिला हूँ, गेम के बारे में बात की है, उसके माइंडसेट के बारे में बात की है, जो उसका माइंड अप्रोच है उसके, तो मेरे लिए बड़ी बात होती थी कि जब मैं मिलता था तो उससे पूछता था कि यार, स्पेशली मैं थोड़ा ज्यादा बैटिंग के बारे में पूछता था कि उसका माइंड क्या है, क्या कर रहा है। तो अभी टीम में है, एज अ कैप्टन है, और बहुत बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी है मेरे साथ कि यार मैं जितना भी उससे सीख लूँ, और जितना भी हमारा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है पिछले 5 साल आईपीएल में, सारी दुनिया में लीग्स के स्पेशली T20 के, और अपना एक्सपीरियंस हम भी शेयर करें। और वो भी नया कैप्टन है, नई टीम है, डेफिनेटली देयर विल बी सो मेनी थिंग्स गोइंग अराउंड इन हिज माइंड, बट आई एम सो एक्साइटेड। मैं बहुत ज्यादा एक्साइटेड हूँ कि उसके अंडर खेलूं। और हम सबको पता है कि हाउ हार्ड वर्किंग गाय ही इज, और कितना क्रिकेट को।
So there you go, 5 minutes or 6 minutes exact, 7 minutes, for our show. So quick closing comments. Afghanistan winning the toss, batting first. What does that mean for India's opening bowlers? Everybody did well, except maybe Mohammad Siraj. Will he sort of want to just get a couple of wickets, get into the World Cup? Do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we always talk about form as far as batters are concerned, but even bowlers can go out of form. They have days when they don't feel right with their body, with their run-up. So a little mound on the run-up gets to them. Maybe just where the right foot is falling. They are very picky about their run-up, where the foot falls. Just like the batsmen are with their bat and their grip and usual stuff. So I think he had a day which he will not would like to repeat. He had a day where it didn't fall in place for him, but he's a phenomenal bowler.
Of course he is. I mean, Mohammad Siraj, one of the success stories. Asia Cup final, we all remember. We were here. And we had a blast because the game finished early, only 8 after that, right? Yeah. And our correspondents, they said, fair enough, I mean, we had an early late night flight to catch. Now what are we supposed to do? We also eat. Anyway, there you go. Sudhir Gautam and the rest of the Indian fans on screen, enjoy these visuals. This is what Indian cricket is all about. The fandom is of a first-class nature. That's what's coming to you on the bowler issue. I sort of feel that the first game, all of a sudden, because of the Virat Kohli knock, because of the KL Rahul knock, the fact that it was the bowlers who restricted Australia 199 went out the window. It was Kuldeep Yadav, it was Ravindra Jadeja, it was Ravi Ashwin. They did not get credit. Thoughts?
Yes, absolutely right. Because we ended up talking about Rahul and Virat Kohli. We ended up analysing what we have analysed thousands of times in the past. The bowling unit, yes, Siraj didn't have the best of days, but the bowlers as a unit pulled it off. To me, that's very important. And in a World Cup, in a tournament like a World Cup, that's what you have to do. I mean, the team has to chip in. It's not about one Umrah or one Kuldeep. Everybody has to chip in, and that's what they did. I mean, in the previous game. And when one of your main bowlers doesn't have a very good day, and you still end up bowling out a team like Australia for 199, means that you've done a good job, and you have the potential to do better.
And also the fact that because we were 10 for 3, the whole focus is gone on the batters. If we had won this game by 9 wickets, everything would have gone for the bowlers. Yeah. We were in a corner and we had to get out of that one.
Yeah, I think it also is not the bowlers' fault that their hard work went unreckoned, but I think that's just the way cricket has evolved. That we focus more on batting. It's a more batting-centric game, and even when we see awards being given out, it's the batters who get most of them. But then again, I think Indian bowling lineup. If we're talking about Mohammad Siraj, I think today is going to be a key game for him because it will be, the game that he tries to get his momentum. It will be an important game for him.
When you use the word momentum, I mean, talk to me about someone like Kuldeep Yadav. He's got momentum. All of a sudden, he was left out of the team for a while. He's back. He's got momentum. How important is it for someone like him to keep sustaining it?
I think KL Rahul has had momentum for a long time. It's a different fact that he hasn't gotten as many chances in the team before, not right now. But Kuldeep Yadav will have to, kind of focus on his consistency now because he's got the other areas covered.
Kane was injured for a long time. That took him out of the public eye. In the IPL injury and all that. So all the lead up to the World Cup, he was hardly there, then made a comeback and then batted in the middle order. Everybody said that he might struggle in the middle order, but he's just been the icing on the cake because you need somebody like him in the middle who's seen a few battles, 40-45 test matches, been there, done it.
Okay, so now that
Kuldeep, yeah, I think he's a different bowler now. Yeah, his run-up has become straighter. He's spoken about that. Once your run-up becomes straighter, then once your run-up is at an angle, then you hit the crease at an angle, then you become a bit loopy, you come around, you spin off like this. Right now it's more, his biomechanics are in place. And what he's done really well, he's just got a little more control on the fly and he's bowling a little bit quicker. So that extra little bit of time that the batter used to have, that's on their game.
both of these guys mentioned KL Rahul, Gargi mentioned, so did Joydeep. I will go to Athreya. Why is this man the most trolled cricketer?
Probably he doesn't bark back at you. I mean, he's a quite sort of a guy, right? I mean, he's a little. He's his own person. I mean, he does things in his own way, and he's basically quiet. He doesn't reply. I mean,
okay.
No, I think because he's so good. You only get trolled because you're so good.
Yeah, if you're mediocre, people won't bother.
You don't exist for them. And I think, so he has had ups and downs. I think his test career is not as good as Chitti. I think he's a gun player. I think he's a gun player with 3 versions. So there are things he can work on. He's not a finished player. He's not Virat Kohli, he's not Rohit Sharma. Let's get that right. But at the same time, I can't think of any Indian team without him because when he always goes to play, you see where can he go, what's his range. And for me, he's number 1.
Yeah, KL Rahul, I think as soon as he fell off his form in T20s and Test cricket, and people are too quick to judge on social media. I know it's easy to kind of pass comments, troll someone, but he's there for a reason, and there's a reason behind why he's been given such a long rope, why the Indian management trusts him so much, and we've seen that, right? We've seen that in the past few games in the Asia Cup as well. The way that he's been batting, he's the key for Indian batting.
And you've been a cricket historian for a while. All the greats of Indian cricket have been through phases like this.
Of course.
When they've had dull moments and they've become the player they are. And that's the reason why the management gives them a longer rope because they're special.
Even the great Sachin Tendulkar had his lean years, and then the 2009-10 period happened. When the tennis elbow happened, you go and ask the great Sachin Tendulkar and he will tell you, I was praying to God, I don't want to leave cricket like this. Then that South Africa series, then 2010 ICC Player of the Year and all of that. But let's finish our show with one point. We're talking about KL Rahul, the batter. How good was KL Rahul, the keeper, the other day? Joydeep mentioned here in our studio about that catch. But the fact that we are not talking about KL Rahul, the wicket keeper, is because he got everything right. It's a thankless job, but he got everything
on
right.
That pitch.
On that wicket. And that rubs off as well. 1:59, folks. Time for the match to begin. We will join you back once again with Athreya, with Joydeep, with Gargi and myself for the mid-show. Keep watching us, keep backing us. The kind of feedback we've got for our work from China, from around the country for cricket has been phenomenal. Keep that support coming. Criticize, because that's par for the course. Troll, for that's par for the course. But all I'm saying is engage. That's what you need, because that banter keeps us going. Thank you very much for watching. India bowling first against Afghanistan in Delhi.
चेन्नई में ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हराने के बाद अब इंडिया रेडी हो रही है अफगानिस्तान को मारने के लिए, वो भी यहाँ पे अरुण जेटली स्टेडियम न्यू दिल्ली में। मेरे साथ है 2 सुपर फैंस और साथ में है देवाशीष। तो पहले मैं फैंस के पास जाऊंगा। ऑस्ट्रेलिया को तो बहुत ही तगड़े तरीके से हराया, अफगानिस्तान को भी हराएगी?
बिल्कुल, जैसे का मैच वर्ल्ड कप का स्टार्ट हुआ, बहुत अच्छा स्टार्ट मिला, क्योंकि जब टीम इंडिया टॉस हार गई थी और ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने टॉस जीता, पहले बल्लेबाजी का फैसला किया, क्योंकि इतनी गर्मी में चेन्नई में बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी थी और टीम इंडिया के जो बॉलर थे बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया उन्होंने। जड्डू भाई ने अच्छे विकेट्स लिए, स्पिन के अश्विन को भी विकेट मिले, तो ओवरऑल 199 पे ऑस्ट्रेलिया को ऑल आउट कर दिया। तो जब सेकंड इनिंग इंडिया की शुरू हुई तो ऐसे लगा हाँ भी हम लोग जल्दी मैच जीत जाएंगे। जैसे फिर ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने जो बाउंस बैक करके बॉलिंग 3 लगातार विकेट गिरे तो बहुत वो लगा था, लेकिन टर्निंग पॉइंट वहाँ पे था जब विराट कोहली का कैच छूटा मार्च से और वहाँ से मैच पलटा। केएल राहुल और विराट